Hey everyone, I wanted to give you a quick theory that I have about Nope and the title cards in it, specifically the horses that are named in the title cards. And I'm just going to run through it with you real quick. I don't have any graphics for you. Instead, I'm just going to type out words like you see right here because the title cards are just words, so it doesn't really matter. So, first of all, each title card is named after an animal. And before I go any further, by the way, spoilers. This is all going to be spoilers. Don't watch this video if you don't want spoilers about Nope. I'm going to blow some things. So, um, the title cards are all naming animals. Um, Two of the title cards are referring to animals that are not horses, but four of the title cards refer to horses, and that's because one of the title cards refers to it has the name of both a horse and a different animal. So we've got four horses. This movie is rather apocalyptic. It references the Bible, it references spectacle. At one point, they literally refer to the TMZ reporter riding a white motorcycle as riding a pale horse. So obviously, we've got the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Each of the horsemen actually rode a distinctive horse and they had distinctive things about them. But there are actually things about either the horse names or things that happen during the scene the title card is for that tell you which horseman each of the horses is supposed to represent. So I'm going to take you through them. First of all, first we see Ghost. Now, Ghost was the horse that OJ and Emerald's father was riding whenever he dies in the beginning. He's basically slain by the monster disgorging a coin. And he's on the horse, he's on Ghost's back whenever this happens. Ghost is also the horse that gets a key stuck in it. It's almost like this is what starts the story. It's putting the key into the ignition. Now, I believe that this horse represents death. Not only is it named Ghost, so that's kind of an easy one, but his father dies. This starts with a death. This is the animal bringing death to a person, and also when I say the animal, I really am referring to Jean Jacket, the strange beast that flies around in Nope that we don't really have too much explanation for other than it big. So it actually kills a person without eating a person. It's not feeding on his father. It's just that his father manages to die being hit by debris falling down. And so that's the first horse. Now the second title card we get is Clover, and that horse is the one that OJ and Emerald use in their first attempt to get a picture of the monster. And that's also when they end up feeding a horse statue to it. I think that might happen a little bit. The horse statue might happen later, but first off, they try out with Clover. Clover gets eaten. The thing is, this is the time whenever they're trying to film with all the cameras they bought at Fry's, and then they have the praying mantis that gets in front of the camera. Well, that is what your signal that this horse represents pestilence. Not only is it named after a crop, clover, but also the mantis is there, and pestilence is, pests that eat crops. So the crop clover is eaten, and there's a mantis that gets in their way that almost seems like the accomplice of the UAP. It almost seems like the UAP is actually bringing the mantis there to block their view of it, even though there's no real reason to think that. But the way the movie makes it seem like that reinforces that this is pestilence. This is the horseman of pestilence. So the third title card is Gordy, and that tells you about the story of Gordy the chimpanzee. This is not a horse, and there's never a horse that's named Gordy. So I do not think this is actually part of the set of horsemen. However, I do find it interesting that I think the next horse is Famine, and I find it interesting that Gordy, he does some chewing during his scene. Let's just say that. So he's the reason why that lady doesn't have a face, and he used his teeth to make that happen. So I find it interesting that the next horse is probably Famine, because it's about not eating. So The next horse is Lucky, and Lucky was the horse that was not eaten. The title card is Lucky. Lucky is the horse that um, Jupe bought and ends up being the horse that's supposed to be fed to the monster during the Starlight Lasso experience. But instead, what happens is that Lucky is lucky enough to be too scared to leave his cage to go out towards the weird alien thing. For one thing, he sees the flags drifting down and the aliens making big scary noises. So the horse is already scared. But also, Lucky seemed to be pretty shy. He seemed to have an ability to startle very easily. So like that kind of saves him in a way. It may even save everyone because like if they hadn't gotten drawn into this weird horse selling shenanigan and running into the UFO sighting, like, trying to sight these UFOs, I think eventually they would have just been eaten by the thing if they hadn't gotten drawn into this big drama. So in a way, Lucky may have actually saved as many people as end up being alive at the end of this movie. So famine, because the monster ate the big horse statue earlier, it's got something stuck in its throat and it can't eat all the way. And also, the other horse that it wants to eat, it won't come out. So dinner won't come out, so it eats all the people in the stands instead. So Lucky's whole part is basically about the consequences of something not being able to eat properly, or eating something it shouldn't have in one case, but famine. So, then we get to the fifth title card, Jean Jacket. Now, Jean Jacket was the name of a horse that Emerald was going to train, but then things happened during the filming of Scorpion King, like they decided to use camels instead of horses or something, and Jean Jacket never happened. So Jean Jacket was the name of a horse, and then they named the UAP, the monster, Jean Jacket, after this kind of, it's kind of like Emerald's Moby Dick. Even though the UAP itself is a big white creature, it's very whale-like. It eats with baleen. It's their Moby Dick. So instead, they name it Jean Jacket because Jean Jacket is her Moby Dick. So anyway, this alien is named after a horse. An alien. We don't really know where it's from. So Jean Jacket is named after a horse, and Jean Jacket. This title card scene is whenever they go to war with this alien. They actually fight it. They go to battle with it, and it even takes out its battle form. It fully shows its eye, which is also its mouth. Usually keeps that retracted because it's like something that's supposed to keep safe, but it brings it out to fully show off its threat. It shows off its entire huge, like, crazy-ass jellyfish-looking form. And that's its battle form. It's going to war. In fact, there's actual blowing up and explosions in this scene. This is about winning or losing, and they fight. So that horse is, of course, war. So we've got Ghost, it's the horse that's death. Clover, it's the horse that's pestilence. Lucky is the horse that's famine. And Jean Jacket is the horse that's war. And then we have Gordy is not a horse. I think is kind of paired with Lucky to be part of the famine story because that's all part of Jupe's story. And I think it's really interesting how that was all folded in. Now, I don't understand why the horse is named Jean Jacket, and I might get that on a later viewing or something. But I really wanted to share the Four Horsemen idea because I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet, and I find it very, very interesting. I really think it's the mantis that does it for me. That without this explanation, the mantis seems kind of weird, but with this explanation, this Four Horsemen explanation, the mantis being a sign of pestilence, like that gives it meaning. And I think that there's a lot of meaning in this movie. I think there's a lot of biblical meaning and other kinds of symbolism that's here that people haven't managed to crack into yet because it's only been out for so long. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more. And oh gosh, I didn't even type the font stuff. I feel so silly. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It wasn't much for visuals. Bye now.